Hi, my name is Brielle, and guys, I cut my hair over the weekend, and it is what it is. But let's get into this review. So the episode opens up with Issa laying in the bed, and it's the day after the block party, and you can tell Issa is just not feeling it. Like, she knows today is just gonna be one of those days. But anyway, so she's laying in the bed, and she's just like replaying what Molly had said to her the night before, how, you know, she's using people, how she just needs to get her stuff together. And Issa's just kind of blown. That's still on her mind. And she's going through her phone, she's checking her messages, and on her Facebook page, for the event page of the event, she's seeing all the feedback from people. And it turns out people really loved her event. Like, oh, that event was dope. I had a good time. Hanging in Inglewood was still fun last night. Like, the people really perceived the event well. And Issa just, she just checked it. She kind of just tossed it to the side like she really could care less and just goes to check her voice messages. And she has a voice message from her brother. He just called and checked on her. A voice message from her assistant. She ain't want nothing. And she had a voice message from Kelly. And Kelly was holding Tiffany baby. And was it me or that baby was big? That was a huge baby. For somebody who just gave birth on the last episode, that baby should look like it's 6 months. So like I said, Issa got the blues, and she's in the bathroom looking at her reflection and really talking to herself like, should you reach out to Molly? And her reflection like, girl, no, don't reach out to Molly. She's like, yeah, because I didn't want to reach out to Molly. She just going back and forth like, should I reach out or should I not reach out? And she tells herself like, but I'm normally the one who always reaches out. Like, I don't want to reach out. Let's let her reach out to me. And y'all, if this isn't me, I don't know who is. Because after something happened, I'm just like, I feel like I'm always the one that's always reaching out in situations. So sometimes you really just want to see if the person's going to reach out to you, because that really be saying stuff about people. Are y'all normally the people who reach out or the ones who like people to reach out to you? Drop down in the comments and let me know. But anyway, so, and also if you feel like Molly should reach out to Issa or if Issa should reach out to Molly, I don't know. I feel like Molly was wrong. So Molly could hit Issa up, but I don't think there's anything wrong with Issa. No, Issa shouldn't hit her up. Issa shouldn't hit her up. But anyway, so she's going back and forth like, should I hit Molly up? Should I not hit Molly up? And she decides like, nah, girl, let her come to you. And I'm like, yeah, girl, just wait. And it's too fresh anyway. Like, it's been a day. Like, give Molly some time. She won't come to her senses. But what Issa does decide is it's Self-Care Sunday, and she's just going to take care of herself on that Sunday. So sis has the cleaning bug, and y'all know when something going on, it's just like, that's just really the inspiration to start cleaning. And Issa got her gloves on. She's just on a deep cleaning of her apartment. She even in the refrigerator. Like, you know, you just want to clean with something on your mind. And that's exactly what Issa's doing. And when she finishes cleaning up, she decides to Nathan calls her. And y'all, Nathan, is it just me or does Nathan have a really good voice? Like, when Nathan called Issa, I'm just like, Issa, like, you sure you don't want to give him another chance? Like, you sure you don't? But as Nathan calling her, and he's in the barbershop cutting hair, and he's just checking on Issa, like, I'm just seeing how you doing, like, after everything that happened last night. Last night was a really good event. And Issa's just like, I'm cool, I'm fine. And says that, she hopes that he doesn't feel like she used him. And Nathan was like, no, like, I saw that you needed help, and I offered to help you. And for all my people who think that Molly was not wrong in the last episode, see exactly how that just happened organically. Like, Issa needed help, so he just offered to help her. It wasn't even no shady stuff like she was trying to step on Molly's toes. But anyway, so, they have that. And Issa tells him, like, I would have done the same thing for you. And I'm like, all right, Issa, like, that always sounds good after somebody does something for you. But, Issa is a nice person, so I'm sure she would help Nathan should he need her for something, whatever that something would be. So next we see Issa on this good karma wave. You do good into the world and good comes back to you. And one of her first deeds starts with her in the grocery store, and she's buying some Rossi. And all my cheap wine drinkers out there, we know exactly what the Rossi is. But anyway, so she's getting some Rossi, and there's this pregnant woman in line, and she's just going to people in the line like, can you pay for me? Excuse me. Can you cover my groceries? Excuse me. Can you cover my groceries? And Issa's like, you know what? Good karma wave. Let me just pay for this woman's groceries. So Issa, tells the woman, I'll pay for your groceries. And how about Issa's car gets declined? And what's the first thing you ask or you say and you do when your car gets declined? Can you do it again? Cause something ain't right. And that's exactly what Issa says. And the lady like, it's not working and it's not gonna work again. Embarrassing, but Issa played it off well. Issa was just like, you know what? She ain't need all that stuff anyway. Like, let me just get my bottle of Rossi. After Issa leaves the grocery store, she's in a car and I don't know, she was at a light and she notices that this older man is running for the bus. Y'all know when the bus be leaving people, it be so sad seeing people run for the bus. Anyway, so the man is running for the bus and he misses it. And Issa's just like asking herself, here we go. Good karma wave, good deed number 2. She's like, man, I shouldn't. But we see her go ahead and ask the man, like, where you going? Do you need a ride? And George is his name. George is just like, you ain't a Lip or Boober, are you? I said, not Boober. You know, older people, they don't be know. The names be so simple to pronounce. Boober George. My dad says Chipotle. It's Chipotle. Chipotle? Anyway, so George gets in the car and Issa's like, I'll give you a ride. And you know when you do something for someone and you regret it because the person's just ungrateful? Like, that's George. George is complaining about the heat. He got so much to say. Like, George, you are getting a free ride. You were just chasing the bus. George, chill. Be cool. But anyway, so Issa's giving George a ride, and like I said, George is a character. He putting on the show. He asked for Issa to pull over so he could use the bathroom. He come back with fun dip. George is a trip, but George does drop a gem, and he shares this story about how he was friends with these men, with these guys. And growing up, they had fun, but eventually, like, they all went their own different ways. Somebody got on crack, somebody got locked up, somebody did this, somebody did that. And he says that he wished he would have paid attention to the sign, like that those friendships wouldn't last. And he says there's always a sign. And Issa just thinks for a second. I think she's wondering, like, was that my sign not to be friends with Molly? I don't know, girl. Might be. I don't know. So next we see Issa at a sipping paint, and that's what she got her big gallon of Rossi for. And, she's sitting there with this group of girls, and they actually forgot their liquor. And Issa's like, oh, I can just share. And that's just, like, the segue until we see them, like, being cool with each other and getting to know each other. And for a second, we see, like, okay, Issa's making friends. And, hey, Kyla Pratt, last we saw Kyla, she left Flex and moved to California and was in college. And now we see that she's engaged. So, Kyla's engaged. She at the Sip and Paint. And the girls are from DC and PG. I said, okay, representing. So they're getting along. And, it was just nice. We was having a good time with some girls that she didn't know. It's nice when you go out and you make friends. Like, it just be one. You could say one thing, compliment somebody or say something. And then, like, girls, like, then we instantly become friends or we instantly hit it off. And that's what happened with Issa and the girls. So they're leaving out. And Issa... we see that Issa's kind of ignoring Kelly. Like, Kelly really been hitting Issa up, and Issa just kind of, like, don't feel like talking to Kelly. I guess she don't feel like talking about Molly. And as she's standing outside checking her phone, one of the girls from Kyla Pratt's crew comes up and was like, oh, girl, like, we're about to go get a drink at the bar. You want to come with us? And for a second, Issa's like, no. But then she's like, no, let me go ahead and go. And I know y'all had that feeling like, nah, I ain't about to do this. And then it's just like, you got the other angel on this side, like, just go ahead and go. Like, and again, good karma wave, like, energy, good energy. Issa's like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go. Like, these girls are cool. So they're at the place, they're drinking, they're having a good time, really hitting it off. And I'm like, okay, Issa, you are really making friends now, girl. And the girls are just the girls end up asking Issa, like, what is it that you do? And Issa's explaining to them that she's a cultural curator. And they start hyping her up like, girl, yes, I know that's right, girl. You the plug. And one of the girls gonna say, we don't have no plugs in Maryland. I said, See, at first you were representing, now you're misrepresenting us because we don't sound like that. Or do we sound like that? So Issa and one of the women end up walking to the bathroom together. And she ends up asking Issa, like, where the guys at? She's in town for the weekend. She want to know where the guys at. So while they're in the bathroom, Issa's just like, telling her, if you want this type of guy, you go here. You want Archie or the Lemur. I said, Lemur, Dom, Kennedy, what's up? Anyway, you want this kind of guy, you go here, go here. And the girl's like, girl, so what else? And, Issa's talking, and she's like, okay, girl, like, right, girl, so what you about to do? And the girl doesn't say anything. And Issa's like, girl, whatever the girl name. And she looked under the stall and see that old girl left. So I'm like, oh, where's this going? So Issa leaves out the bathroom, and how about y'all, they dined and dashed. I said, oh no, like, just when you think you could trust somebody, you could be friends with somebody, and just go ahead and do something to make you be like, I should have never did this in the beginning. Like, y'all seem so cool. No, y'all did not dine and dash on Issa. And they left like the little bachelorette scavenger hunt on the seat, and it said, befriend a stranger, ooh, and it said dine and dash. Like, really? Really? Kyla Pratt? I know Flex raised you better than that. I know we did. So we see Issa in the car. She is speeding. She looking for them girls. Like, she hunting. Where they at? Where they at? And she see them. She pull up on them, run out the car, and take the canvas from the sipping paint and smash it on top of old girl head. And they like, they yelling, they yelling, they yelling. But it turns out that was a vision, and Issa really didn't do that. We know Issa had it in her anyway. And Issa really just in the car. She pull up on the girls, and she just like, man, I'm going to just take this L. Like, I'm going to just take the L. And she picks up the phone, and whoever she calls, she like, man, are you home? Can I come over? And I was in here like, Issa about to get some cutties. But she really went to her mama house. Y'all know Tasha Mack. And the first thing her mom says is like, why didn't you invite me to your event? And Issa's like, you don't like being around black people, large crowds of black people. And the mom was like, I don't like being around any crowds of people. And y'all know how mamas be. My grandma is that way. She don't like, anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. So anyway, so Issa goes in the house, and she's talking to her mom, and her mom asks her like, are you gonna do this again? Issa's like, yeah, I'll do the event again. And, I guess her mom could sense, your mom can sense when something's upsetting you. And she asked Issa to give her a hug or come over, and Issa ends up crying in her mom's arms. And they have like this mother-daughter moment. And then we see them on the couch just talking. And Issa's mom, takes up the time, just tells her like, you're just going through, it's a growing pain right now. Like, you're going into something new. And just tells her that she's inspired by her and gives Issa some motivation just to keep going. And that was just nice to see Issa and her mom, because you don't really see like parents, or like, at least in this show, we hardly see their parents in there that much. So we just got to see a little bit of Issa's relationship with her mom, and it was nice to see. So while Issa was walking to her car, she gets a call from Kelly. And like I said, Kelly been blowing Issa up all day. And she finally answered the phone. And Kelly is just telling her like, girl, like, I've been calling you all day. Have you talked to Molly? And Issa's like, no, I haven't called her. And Molly's like, what's her name? Kelly, like, what's up? Like, are you not going to call her? Like, you just going to let it sit? And we get a little more insight. If y'all remember last season when Kelly and Tiffany got into it, Kelly was just like, when we got into it last time, like, we almost let it sit too long. And when you let it sit too long, that's when, like, the friendship just could be over. So you should hit her up. And Issa's like, I'm just waiting for her to hit me up, because I feel like I'm always reaching out. And Kelly says, like, well, if you waiting for that, like, what if she never hit you up? Are y'all just not going to be friends anymore? And Issa's just sitting there like, and I'm like, I don't know, guys. I don't know, because I guess you have some people who are just they're used to being the bigger person, and how some other people, they just may not be, I don't want to say confrontational or apologetic. They just may not be that type of people either. So I try to think about that, like, maybe that's just how you are. You're used to doing that. But then the other part of me is like, well, people know when they're wrong. Like, even if you are the type of person, when you're wrong. And sometimes you do need to speak out. You do need to say something first. Like, that's why I'm a little conflicted. Like, still too soon. I still think Molly should do it. I don't care what anybody says. Anyway, Issa gets back to her apartment, and she just looks around, and she like, I got this clean apartment, and she had a long day, so what else to do? She grabs the blunt, and Issa's just smoking, and she's feeling really inspired. Like, she's replying back to her Facebook messages, and she's feeling good. Like, it's self-care. It's still Sunday. It's self-care Sunday. So she gets up, and, like, after you smoke, you want to eat. Like, so Issa just want to go get some food. She's chilling, and there's no food in her refrigerator, so she just decides to go to her favorite Indian restaurant. And as she's about to walk into the Indian restaurant, who is sitting at the bar? Molly. And Molly on her phone. And Issa's really just standing at the door, and we don't know if she's going to go in or if she's going to leave. And I'm like, Issa, you better not let Molly run you out of your city. And we just sitting there, and I'm looking at her. And she looking at Molly, and Molly looking at her phone. And then Issa just decides to leave. And I'm like, dang, Issa. Like, That's a different situation. It's different from calling her. It's different from reaching out. Like, you just ran into her. That could have been your moment. But high key or kind of low key, I feel like Issa is avoiding Molly and has been avoiding Molly for some time. And thinking about what that man said about there being a sign when you should just let friendships go or when they're ending. Like, maybe Issa has outgrown Molly and she's okay with outgrowing Molly and okay with not being friends with Molly. Maybe that's why she's just like not really feeling it. I don't know. But then I listened to the Unwind thing after the show, and Issa was, of course, Issa's on there, and she was saying like she saw Molly's character on her phone and it's like, oh, I've been thinking about the situation all day and here you are on your phone and you haven't reached out to me. Like, I feel some kind of way. So I guess there's always that. I didn't even think about that, but there's always that. But I don't know. Like I asked before, guys, who do you think should hit each other up? Who should hit up who first? I don't know. Tell me what you think. Was it just me, or did this episode feel like it was 5 minutes long? Like, by the time I got my pillow right and my back together, the episode was over. Like, this episode was so short. Maybe because it only followed Issa and there weren't, I don't know. Like, the episode just seemed really short, but it still was a good episode nonetheless. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys come back for more reviews. And yes, enjoy your day, and I will see y'all in the next one.